Well, who's that? Is that Elrod? Elrod? Where have you been, buddy? Where have you been? Elrod, where have you been? My God, people worry about you all the time. Where's Elrod? Where you at? Well, you're right here. You might be gone for a day or two. Looking a little bit skinny there, old guy. You gotta quit catting around. Okay. Cleo, it's okay. Cleo, I love you. You know that. Better get over there and eat, sweetie, like Spooky and Elrod are doing. We'll give you some love later. Okay? Get on in there. Not hungry? Not hungry, baby? Well, okay. It's just not your favorite. Might not be your favorite. It's salmon. She may not be big on salmon. Cleo, what's wrong, baby? Yeah, you get in there and eat too, okay? Yes. Don't let old Elrod just stop in and get his morning dinner snack, okay? See old Spooky. He ain't messing around, is he? Of course, Elrod missed out the early morning snack, didn't he? It was in the little silver bowl. Got some of that fancy feast. Beef feast with gravy. Well, Elrod, like always, it's good to see you. My little crybaby, huh? Yep. You got fans too, Elrod. Now, the only one we're missing is Magoo. And of course, Speedy. Which we know right where Speedy is. He's under the truck. Till Papa Tom gets on out of here. Which is exactly what we're gonna do. Yep. So guys, my little lady, Cleo, of course gotta give old Spooky some love. Yeah, that's my guy. Okay, Papa's got things to do, just like we were doing yesterday. Okay? Don't hog it all, Elrod. Your time's coming too. You just don't know it, because we made plans. And we can grab you as soon as we get our kittens back from the BET. Oh, you and Magoo. Plans are already made. So y'all, as you know, that's the way every morning starts. You gotta feed the kitty crew and the kitten crew. And of course, already fed Trix. She got some fancy feast, beef feast with gravy. So all the kitties taken care of. And I've had my morning coffee. Wish I could have shared it with all of y'all. And now I've got to get out here and do some things. Got the carport started cleaning up. You know, got all those boxes broke down, carried out there, put, you know, some other junk out on the street waiting for trash pickup, which was supposed to be today. Didn't happen. Our next day, sometime sort of kinda, is Thursday. If it don't happen then, well, we'll call the mayor and see what he's got to say. Because that's been happening a whole lot over here on the east side of the river. Where, like I've told you many times, we don't get much love from the city. We're sort of like the stepchild of our little small town. East side don't get much. West side seems to get way more. Of course now, that is where the concentration of the city is. And that, all the businesses, except for a few. And that, and just how things go. If anybody thinks any small town, county, state, or even our federal government is for the people, by the people, you know, for all we the people, nah. Wake up, America. It hasn't been that way in a long, long time. It doesn't matter what our founding fathers' intent was. You know, those in power, wherever the, you know, the most live, and supposedly they say they contribute more, they always get more. Just the way of things. Or at least it is here in modern day America. Things are never equal, and that's a sad thing. But we've got a few things to do today. It is a beautiful day. We're standing underneath my 3 pecan trees. And a miraculous thing has happened this year. It hasn't happened in, at least 7 or more years. Because we've been in severe to extreme drought. And this year is the first year that the drought is broken. And we're not listed right here on my little piece of God's green earth as being in even a moderate drought, let alone severe to extreme. And you might wonder what that miracle is. Well, that miracle is the pecan trees have finally had a fairly abundant harvest. Now, I spent most of yesterday, which was Monday, picking pecans. Now, I don't know even why we call them picking pecans. Because you don't pick them. You gather off the ground. Now, commercial growers have harvesters that go along the ground and gather them up. For those of us who don't have such things, it's a little bit more laborious, a little bit more time consuming, and a little bit more back-breaking. Yep, sure is. And we got to get on down here close to the ground. And we got to hunt for those things, because I'm going to tell you another thing. The squirrels are hunting for them too. As soon as they start falling, if you ain't out here gathering, they'll get them. They'll bury them. If they don't eat them, right there in place. So, I spent several hours yesterday gathering them up. Got me about 10 pounds off 3 trees, which I know ain't a whole lot in comparison to commercial standards. But for me, considering I haven't got but maybe a couple of handfuls in the last 7 years or more, I was quite amazed. I only came upon it by accident, just walking around the yard, trying to gather my thoughts. You know, about the kittens, kitty Krew, pandemic, life in general, the kids, grandkids. It's been an exceptional year, not always for the good. But I thought for a few minutes, I'd take you all along, picking pecans. Some people say pecans. Some say pecans. I think in this area we say pecans. Not sure what areas say pecans. And I don't remember what we called them up in New York State and Pennsylvania. That was too long ago. Maybe up there we called them pecans. I'm sure in the comments you'll let me know just how y'all pronounce them. But I got to do it the old-fashioned way. I gotta bend my back, look down, put my glasses on so I can see them. And I'm gonna have to dehusk some too. It's another thing I'm gonna talk to you and show you. We'd rather not, but at least they're a whole lot easier to dehusk than a black walnut. Any of y'all have ever raised black walnuts or went out and gathered them, you know, that is really laborious. But something else people don't do anymore in this day and age is go out and gather pecans. Nope, used to be. Even in the commercial orchards, after they'd run the harvesters along the ground, people would come out and they'd pick up what was left. And there was always some left. And what you're gonna hear in the background is old Elrod, he's over here with me. Spooky's walking around, and they're gonna help me too. Well, sort of, kind of, at least they're gonna be with me for moral support. So, I'll give you a brief view of the kitty crew out here with, Kitty Papa Tom and Crazy Cat Man on the corner while we gather some pecans. And hey, maybe if all are good, I'll share you a few recipes that span 3 generations of just exactly what we do with our pecans during those hard winter months to come, which I think this year we're going to see a little bit harder winter than the Deep South has seen in quite some time. So stay with me. Spooky, do you got your pick bag? Do you got your pick bag? Elrod, you got your pick bag too? No, you don't, do you? Neither of you do. Are y'all gonna lay down on me and not pick no pecans up? Do you know it's getting pretty hard on old Papa Tom's back? That's okay. I'll have to look up with the kitty crew, see if y'all can eat some pecans. They're high in protein, essential vitamins and minerals. We'll have to check into that. I never thought about that. Elrod, what are you doing, bud? I'm glad both of y'all are filled on up. I guess Cleo's on up there, eating now. Yeah, Spooky. Elrod goes on off after he's got some good food, don't he? So, little buddy, let me show you what we're after here, okay? Oh, there's one right there. You were almost right on it. See there? Look at that pecan. See it right there? You were close. You see that? That's what we're looking for. Right there. Okay? See? Yeah. It's good stuff. Food. Make pies. We can top that in salad. Oh, my God, Spook. We can do a lot of good things with that. Well, that's what we're looking for, okay? So, you help Papa out, okay? So we're going to put that in our little, we're going to put that in our little picking bag, aren't we? Nothing special. It's just an old Walmart shopping bag, isn't it? Hooked through Papa's belt. We don't get fancy here, do we? Here. You want it? You don't know what to do with it? Okay. Spook ain't much on pecans now. But we got to get to doing this. See, just a little Walmart bag. We don't get fancy here, but see, here's one. Ain't quite out of the husk yet. We're not going to let that stop us. I mean, you can pick it up with the whole husk. I try not to. I just leave them there. Fertilize the ground. Of course, Spooky, he may not be able to pick because he ain't got no thumbs. But he's here for moral sport. And for those of y'all been with the channel, you know reason why he got his name Spooky. I made a mistake again. You snuck up on me, Cleo. The only way I can tell the difference anymore is you still got a shaved belly. I don't know what I do. When your belly gets all grown in, then I'll only be able to go by your tails. One's pointed at the end and one's blunt. So we got two. Oh, look here. Look here. Hey, Cleo. Here's another one. Woo! Got us another one. Right here we got us another one too. Of course, it's a lot easier for two hands. But I gotta hold the peoples in one hand. This is where, even though you ain't got claws, Cleo, you could help out a little bit here. Okay? That's okay. We'll get her. Oh, this is the way you want to find them. Where they're already shelled laying on the ground. That's just perfect. Oh, found another one. Now I want y'all to think about the history too of this. Back during the early days of America, or before it was America. See right there? And there's another one. And of course they're right on it. They're loving it. And that, my Native American ancestors, which I am part of, be out here doing it this time of year. Oh, there's another one right there. Yep, and then the early settlers. Now I gotta think, they were shown how to do this. Because you gotta wonder how people knew to grab these nuts. Another one right there. There we go. We're in the money. Aren't we, Cleo? You're purring so hard. I can hear you, baby. I can hear you. Look at those. Are those Cleo approved? They are, huh? You just love me. Oh, I love you, baby. Don't got nobody else here out here with me. You and Spook. Elrod got his fill of breakfast. He's out on the prowl again. Yep. Of course, you want to play. But we're not out here playing. We're out here picking pecans. See, we got some more right behind you. You're doing a good job finding them. You just ain't much good on picking them. Or gathering. Like I say, I don't understand why we're saying pick. Well, that's what we've always called it. And when I was a child, and there's another one out. I love when I find them that way. I ain't got to do nothing but pick them up. And as the day wears on, old Mr. Tom will go from bending over to crawling on the ground. Yep, we will. I don't care. But this is what you do. You just keep it grabbing. There's three right there. Forward. The work doesn't end after you gather. Does it, Cleo? You found another one right there. Nope. Then they gotta be cured for a bit. You're right on another one right there, Cleo. You know, you're pretty good. Oh, God, look at there. Another one. Yes, sir. You're all over these things. Look at that. Look at that. So as you can see, Cleo's a pretty good finder. Pecans, of course. Don't ever fear. Spooky's right there too. Of course, Cleo's finding more than Spooky right now. Right, Cleo? I bet if Magoo hears us, he'll be showing up to get in on this, won't he? Oh, there's another one right there. And I do find joy in this, just like I did me and my daddy. We go out and do this. God bless my daddy's soul. He'd often come home with things that we would glean out of the fields, and that's what you're doing when you're going out after commercial growers harvest things. You're gleaning up what they didn't get, because harvesters never get it all. I don't care what it is. Pecans, potatoes, whether they're white potatoes or Irish potatoes. You know, Irish potatoes are white potatoes. I don't know what I was thinking about. And that. But you can see we're moving slow. Now maybe I can, oh, there's another one. Right there still in the husk. We don't care. Now some people like to leave them till they fall out of that husk. Well, if you do, my squirrels will get them. Trust me that. Yep, squirrels will get them. Got another one right there. So, like I say, you can pick them up all in the husk, carry them on in, and dehusk them later. I'd just rather do it out here by myself. Now, I wear soft-soled shoes while I do this, because me and Daddy learned this. Because just like this one, I stepped on it. I didn't see it. As soon as I stepped on it, I knew it was there. As you can see, I'm getting quite a few. 2 right there. Got another one right here. Now, some of these, if you go to open them, and then they feel light, the shell's brittle, there's mold, those will most likely not be any good. It's better just to leave them. Won't be no good. But this is how you do it. You get close to the ground, and you just keep walking sort of in a grid pattern. You know? Pay attention. Oh, I just stepped on another one that I didn't see. It's in the husk. We don't care. And while I was sitting there doing that one, I see another one right here. Another one right here. And this is another one of those which ain't gonna be no good. Now the squirrels will still break into it, and they'll get something out of it. And that's, oh, just stepped on another one right there. So if you're gonna go out and do this, I'd recommend you put on, not sandals, come on. I keep seeing sandals on homesteaders and gardeners on YouTube. No, wear you some decent shoes. And that, I know, people want to feel connected to the ground. There's 3 more right there. All of which I wouldn't have found if I wouldn't have had my soft-soled shoes on. Of course, I wear some sort of kind of modern moccasins. If I can ever find me a decent pair of real moccasin. See that one there? That's rotten. Ain't no good. But we had one good one right there. So I go about 1 foot grid pattern. Just don't see as well as I used to. See, there's one right there. Sure enough. And another one right there. Now, y'all might see some I miss. Oh, we got one right down in there. So it goes pretty fast. And you think about the deliciousness. Pecan pie, pecan cobbler. Oh, you can chop these things up and top your salads, top puddings. Really, it's endless. And if you don't know the benefits of eating pecans, you're worried about things like proteins and certain vitamins, I'll leave you a link in the description below. Just sort of wet your whistle so you know what you're missing or what you need to know about pecans. So y'all, I'm not going to bore you with staying out here with me for hours while me and the kitty crew, I mean, they're over there, they're hunting now. You can see Cleo. I think she may have found one. I'll have to go look. And sometimes you step on them, and that way you find them, and they're just really not good ones. Like this one ain't no good. Just like that one ain't gonna be no good. These fell off the tree before they matured. They're just not gonna be no good. Not worth time to mess with. And that. But it is a slow go. That's why people don't do it no more. They don't mess with it. And that. Like I say, me and my daddy used to. We'd come in after the harvesters up there in North Alabama. Of course, we'd go to the orchards. Because we had apple orchards, peach orchards, cherry, apricot, all up around Athens, Alabama and North Alabama. Of course, all that's gone now. It's all subdivisions. And that's a darn shame. That's progress for you. Just the way life is. Just like around here. Used to be primarily agriculture. Well, it's not suburbs. Of course, I'm sure sometime, probably not my lifetime, it will be. But sure not farming anymore. Sometimes when I get bored, or I want to reminisce late at night, I go look at old aerial photography of the area here. Well, it used to be my home up in North Alabama. And I watched the changes from the 30s, the 40s, through the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and on through. And when I'm done, I go look at Google Earth. And I think, how much has changed? Because once upon a time in America, it was all about farming, all about the food. Well, that has far changed now. You know what I don't understand? Maybe y'all can help me. People aren't willing to do the work. Oh, there's one right there in the ground without husking. That's a treasure. But they're willing to badmouth the people that do, that keep them fed, you know. I just don't understand that. They think they know better. They don't understand that without those farmers, without the people out here doing this back-breaking work, whether they're American citizens or not, because that's another thing I'm going to say right now. Most Americans aren't willing to get out here and do what it takes anymore. They just aren't. People criticize me when I have an abundance of harvest. Why don't I give it away or let others know? Let them come over here and pick it. I haven't been able to get nobody to pick nothing since the 70s. Neither did my daddy. I tried to have you pick it down here. That didn't work. Not one bit. I mean, Lord, sometimes you can pick it, clean it, put it in bags, and you still can't get people to take it. They don't want it. It takes too much time to prepare, too much time to process. They just rather go to the store and get frozen or get canned or packaged some kind of way. But you can see as I'm doing this, I'm getting quite a few pecans, and I'm enjoying a lovely day. And that's good exercise. Of course, I won't lie to you. I'm an old man now. I know some of you say I'm not, but I am. And my back doesn't take long before it starts to get sore. That's why here pretty soon I'll be doing this on my hands and knees. It's just easier that way. Nah, I don't mind. I ain't out here trying to win no keep stepping on. Good thing. And that, because I'd miss more. And you can see, went back by that one right there. You can miss a lot. And you're still going to miss some. So you don't got to worry about squirrels, the birds. And you might think, what kind of bird would swoop down and pick up pecan? Well, I've seen mockingbirds do it because, you know, they're a pretty big bird. I've seen jays do it. Yes, sir. And well, there's one right there. Don't even got to work for him. Just pick him up. And crows. Not starlings, not Grecos. You know, those other little blackbirds. But crows definitely will. Now, I know some of you are probably already typing comment, well, you know, they make things on Amazon. Pick these up, you just a little roll on the ground. Yeah. Well, you'll miss more than you get. Trust me that. Even the commercial harvesters miss probably about 10-15%. Now years back, they'd actually pay people to go out there and pick them up. Of course, that was by the pound. And I'll be the first to admit it wasn't a whole lot. But you were out getting exercise. And that, you know, you weren't wasting your time in front of a TV or a computer screen. You could make it a family deal. Bring out some sandwiches, fried chicken. Just have a great time. I ain't seen that happen either. In about 20 years. Maybe it'll come back since we're all in this pandemic. We have seen a record increase in gardening. Though, you want to know my opinion? Should this pandemic finally get over, whether it's by a vaccine or what have you, that'll all fade into memory. And then those shortages we've all seen, you know, canning jars, rings, lids, all of that. Well, for those of you who still want to continue doing it, just wait, what I told you. There'll be more of that on eBay, Marketplace, and that than you could ever even buy. That's my prediction. But it's a safe one, because that's just the way people do. Oh, there's another one right there on the ground. So y'all, I hope I haven't bored you too much with us out here bent over on the ground. I bored the kitty crew enough. They're over there sitting in the shade. Well, Cleo and Spooky are. Like I say, the longer I stay out here, more chances old Magoo will show up. Of course, Spooky there, like you can see, he's more into playing with them than finding them. Of course, when he does find one, he starts to play with it. So I sort of try to keep my mind where that one is. Because I want to get every one of these I can get this year. And I think personally it's a blessing from God, considering the dismal harvests I've had the last 7-10 years. What better year to have an abundance than 2020 during a global pandemic? That's my thought. And if that's not a blessing from God, a miracle, I don't know what is. Of course, I think it's blessings that my tomatoes are still producing. My green beans. My peppers. My onions. Yeah. And here it is. I think it's October 13th. On a Tuesday. I think I got that right. Of course, if I don't, like always, y'all tell me, just like on Saturday when somehow I thought it was Sunday. Well, at least the kitty crew got 2 Sunday brunches. You can see right there where squirrels already been getting one. Yep. They're quick on it. That's why if you got pecan trees, or you know where it grows at, and you're here in my neck of the woods, or sort of kind of close, you need to be out doing this. Otherwise, you're going to miss out too. There's another fragment from the squirrels. And I'm not sure how they know. They don't get up in the trees and get them. No, they wait till they start falling. I guess they're sort of lazy. They can get them out of trees. They wait for them to fall too. So let me get back at this and get finished up. And then I'll probably get a little bit cold drink. And we'll sit on the front porch and have a little chit chat. Yep, Cleo, we're taking a break. You're right. Papa's getting a little bit sore out there. We went from kneeling over to our back hurt. Yeah, Spook. I know, buddy. To crawling on the ground. That's enough for today. There's plenty more. We got us a nice big bag here, y'all can see. I'm thinking, oh, we got us about another 10 pounds there, I'm thinking. But you know what we're going to do? Right, Spooky, Cleo? We'll weigh them up when we're all through. Now, I ain't got one of them there fancy digital scales. I got me one of them old school, you know, with dial, needle, that I bought years and years ago for me and James when James wanted to have a little roadside stand. And that we sell the excess we made from the gardens. You know, had a nice big umbrella. Parked truck down there. Of course, he was too young to drive truck. I'd leave it down there and walk back to the house. And he'd sit down there and sell the excess. And that, you know, I'd give him 50%. Sure did. He thought that was the greatest thing he ever had heard of. Because that's one thing about my son James. He's always been an entrepreneur. And because of that, you know, he has a thriving business right now. Spook. You gonna take a nap? I got far too many things to do. But anyway, there you can see Krew and Spooky. They're right here. And I'm sure old Speedy, he ain't too far away. He's been getting closer. Just all takes time. Hope you learned a little something today about, you know, picking or gathering pecans or pecans, however y'all call it, in your neck of the woods. And that, and it, quite a bit of work. That's why people in America don't go out and do it much. Lord knows around here, there's a whole lot of people who have pecan trees. They don't do nothing with them. They just run over them with the lawnmower. Us old folks, we do. With younger generations, no. Far too easy to just go to Walmart or Soup Foods or wherever. Pick you up a bag that's already, you know, picked up, shelled, all prepared, ready to go. That, but nothing is finer than getting them fresh, right out from underneath the tree. So if you have pecan trees or commercial orchards in your area, maybe you'll venture out, talk to the farmers. Don't stop on the side of the road. Just head on out there and think they won't mind. See, that's just not cool. Need to check with them. For the most part, they won't care. Some will, because they've had some bad experiences. I understand that, because I have in the past, back when I farmed. People stopping on the side of the road and just steal your stuff. And then drive on off. Always ask. Because, I mean, in truthfulness, once you get out of that car, get off that there right away, you're trespassing. And that, you're breaking the law. So always ask, okay? But anyway, hope you enjoyed the little video today about picking or gathering pecans. Got some mail today, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Because that's how I'm going to approach it from now on. And that, rather than doing blessing videos, I'll just address it as it comes in. Of course, always, I ain't going to tell you all names or exactly where it came from. If that's what you're after, then it's a whole wrong channel. But anyway, I wanted to take you along with me today and show you just what to gather up them pecans. And as winter comes in, of course, they got to sit, they got to dry, they got to cure and that. And what I like to do, once all that is said and done, of course I bring them in the house for all that, is then on a chilly, rainy day, I'll sit down with some nutcrackers, nut hammer on the dining room table. Like I say, it's only me now, and me and old Trixie. Maybe Magoo will be in the house. Who knows? Maybe even Cleo. She likes to come in every once in a while. Even though her and Trixie, whew, that's sort of like Russia and America facing off. don't get along, and I'll start cracking. I got them little nut picks, and I'll pick out all that nut meat. I remember doing that when I was younger with my family. Me and my daddy, we'd gather them up. Of course, a lot of times, since my daddy was so embarrassed by what people paid him for the work we did, and that, he'd say, in lieu of pay, they gave us nuts or potatoes or onions or what have you. That way Mama wouldn't scold them so bad for spending all day or all weekend at somebody's place and not getting paid. But I'll say this, back in the days of the Great Depression, and even for many years thereafter, and even during my childhood, people have went out and gleaned fields. They've worked behind the harvesters for nothing more than a percentage of what they could pick up. Or sometimes they were paid some ridiculously low price per pound. I can remember my great-great-uncle, John, paying people to pick cotton behind the cotton pickers. He'd pay 4 cents a pound for the cotton they picked. Now this goes, this back in the early 60s. And that, but think about it. Do you even realize how much cotton it takes to make 1 pound? That's a slew of cotton, folks. I've done it. I picked cotton. But then other people, whether it was white taters, sweet taters, tomatoes, cucumber, whatever, was out in the fields once they harvested the main crops. Farmers would let you come in and pick what was left behind. Now I know many years we go out and pick tomatoes behind the harvesters, for canning. They wouldn't be top quality, but they'd be just fine for canning and that. But a story I remember from my grandfather, well, it could have been my great-grandfather, my mind and memory's getting a little bit bad these days, was where they were talking one day about people going out during the Great Depression with their families and kids. Of course, my parents grew up during the mid to latter part of the Great Depression. And they'd go out and work for stuff like potatoes. And I don't mean they get, 100, 500 pounds. They may work all day long, and this is a story that was being told at the time, work all day long with my grandpa, my grandmother, and the kids, which were 4 of them at the time, and they were paid 10 pounds of potatoes. I want you to think about that. Think about working all day for 10 pounds of potatoes. Well, hell, think about working all day for 50 pounds of potatoes. And that, but people did it. And that's why here in our America, we're spoiled. People would just look at you like you were crazy. And that's why you pickets all over the country have significant problems. People won't come out and pick. I tried it up in southern Tennessee. Yeah, I'd get a few, but if I relied on people to come out and you pick, I'd have lost everything. Now that may be changing now because of this pandemic. But it didn't work back during the 80s and early 90s. And that. And if it wouldn't have been for migrant workers, I wouldn't have been able to keep farming. And that. But I treated them right. I paid them a fair wage. The housing I had was good housing. I would have lived in it. The only rule I had was you kept it clean. You didn't tear it up. Otherwise, you weren't ever coming back. And with every season, I always had a line when it came time to bring my crops in. Of course, I was running a truck farm. That's what we called it, veggie farming. And that, now they call it market gardening, market farming. Back then it was truck farming. Because you picked it, you boxed it, you graded it, cleaned it, and you shipped it off. Primarily to grocery stores, wholesalers, and stuff of that nature. And it took trucks to do that. They weren't my trucks. I watch these videos on YouTube now where farmers got trucks. That must be nice. Back in my day, we didn't have no truck. And that lot of vegetable growers, even now today, grow on contract. So do nut producers, berry producers, grape producers. And they grow on contract for the companies, the wineries, the canneries, what have you. They're on the bottom tier. Been there, done that. And that, of course, you might be saying now, right now, Mr. Tom, there's the farmer markets and all. Oh yeah. I want you to ask yourself right now in America, if commercial conventional farming were to shut down tomorrow, do you think organic growers, farmers markets, and what have you could feed America? I'm going to tell you right slap now, that's just impossible. We worried about food shortage right now. We worried about Americans going hungry. And this coming winter, 2021, it'd be something the likes of which God has not seen, if that were to ever happen. So hopefully, people will get out. Get to know their farmers. See what they can contribute. See what they can gather that would normally go to waste or be plowed under in their local area. And you may not have anything. Some of y'all may not even know around your area vegetables and berries and nuts are being produced. I mean, my area right here, which used to be just to the north of me, up 14, which I had a video taking y'all up to Tommy King's pecan plantation. I think that was last year or 2018 maybe. But just, a few miles north of me, there were just huge pecan plantations back in the day. And when I say today, I'm talking, early 20th century. From 1900 on up to probably the 1970s and that. Most of that's gone now. There's still a few. People came out, bought the land, got them a nice fine house, cut down most of the pecan trees, and they might have 1 or 2, 5, 6, 7. Don't do much with them. And that. And I'll keep picking these pecans up till there ain't a single nary one out there. And then I'll bring them in. I'll store them up. And that. And I'm going to leave you a couple of links to the benefits of pecans below in the video description, so you can familiarize yourself, because a lot of amazing health benefits that you might not understand. Now, I know they're pricey at the grocery store and at Walmart, Costco, or wherever. That's why I'm saying, if you live in an area where they're grown, you get to know the grower, just maybe. You might not. It never hurts to ask. But if they say no, let her go. And this winter, once they're cracked, shelled, meat picked out, I'll share some recipes with you. And just what you can do with it. Yep. Now, I make fabulous pecan pie. Pecan cobbler. Oh yeah. Pecan crumble. And there ain't nothing better than some vanilla ice cream with a little bit of that chocolate syrup or butterscotch. I like butterscotch. Maybe you don't. With some those little pieces of pecan sprinkled all over the top. Life just don't get no better than that. Or at least it didn't. Back when times were simpler. A lot harder than they are even right now. for most Americans. But anyway, Kitty Krew's wandered off back over to the carport where they can relax a while because old Mr. Tom's got to get the pecans in and all that. Put them up for now because, like I said, they got to dry, cure some and that. But I think overall right now I got about 30 pounds done. There were still pecans falling out of the trees and that. As long as it'll be ongoing for the next couple of weeks or more, who knows. But we did have some mail today, and we got a package here from one of y'all, right here, and it's from San Francisco, California. Yes, it is. One of you that sent it, you'll know just who you are, and I'll leave it at that. I don't know what it is right now. I'm gonna have to run it on in. I put it all away for about 3 days. Let that corona die on off. And that. And then, of course, I'm gonna have to email this person back right away. Because they told me, I'm not sure if it was in my last video or the one before that, and that once I got a card in an orange envelope, which I got right here from a nice Hallmark card, to give them an email. So I got to run back and write that email address down so I can respond. And this is from New Mexico. So just today, I've been blessed with something from San Francisco, California, and New Mexico. That's amazing, isn't it? And I surely do appreciate it. Don't matter what's in there. It's still appreciated beyond what you can know. And that. So y'all, I do hope you enjoy the video today. If I can catch Speedy on video, I'll try to throw a little bit of him in. Ain't no promises, because here late, he stays in hiding till he knows I went in and he hears these screen doors close, and then he sneaks on out. Normally, in the very late evening, when he thinks the old man may have laid down for a nap. But I do hope this finds you, your family, and your loved ones well, safe, and happy in your homes. I do hope you're taking every bit of precautions and care and that you need to protect yourself, your families, and loved ones. As I also hope that you're praying for those you love, those in our little small community here on YouTube, which is quite special, for our country and the world as a whole. Because there's no doubt about it, we need all the prayers we can get. So y'all, till I see you on the next video, stay safe out there, take care, and God bless you, your family, friends, and loved ones. Till we see you once again. Goodbye for now. Time to rest. Yep. Let's get her on in there, old man. Oh, yeah. Gotta get her nuts. Oh, yeah, that is heavy. Okay. Head her on in, see what Trick's got to say. I'm sure it's not going to be good.